Builtin New Zealand is a specialist in construction insurance, with policies tailored to meet the needs of builders and tradespeople. For more information and instant quotes, visit www.builtin.co.nz. That's builtin.co.nz. Or give us a call on 0800 Built-In. Public liability insurance is one of the most important policies that a tradesman should have. It's intended to protect you from the cost of damaging other people's property, and in some cases causing them injury. Like any insurance policy, there are exclusions to make clear the things that are not intended to be covered by the policy. In this clip we explain, in plain language, some of the common exclusions in a public liability insurance policy. Defective or faulty workmanship. Some policies won't cover the cost of fixing any workmanship that causes damage. Others exclude cover for faulty workmanship only if it results in water penetration of the building envelope. Downstream damage that occurs as a result of faulty workmanship may still be covered, however. Specialist insurers, such as Builtin, allow you to purchase an extension to cover your liability from faulty workmanship. The issue of faulty workmanship is one of the trickiest areas of liability for builders and specialist tradespeople. We recommend that you understand how your policy covers you for faulty workmanship and switch to a policy with a more builder-friendly wording and options. Defective design. Costs arising from a defective design or specification are excluded from cover. You should be wary of doing any design, whether that's architectural, engineering, whole house, or a specific detail, unless you have separate professional indemnity insurance that specifically covers this. Errors in professional advice. You are generally not covered for damage that results from bad advice, or where you haven't given advice that you should have, if you've charged for the advice. As an expert, your clients are entitled to rely on what you say, and if you get it wrong, they can hold you liable for the cost of this mistake. If you gave the advice for free, then you may still be covered. In some policies, such as that from Builtin, you can add this cover back for a modest additional premium. Building defects, mold, rot, gradual deterioration, and water penetration. As a result of the leaky homes crisis, many policies from general insurers now exclude cover from the effects of water penetrating a building envelope. As the multi-billion-dollar cost of the crisis became clear, insurers decided that the cost of future leaky building claims was too high for them to bear and amended their policies to exclude it. Separate policies that protect builders from claims of financial loss related to leaky homes, such as Builtin's E&O indemnity, are available. Leaks from internal pipes and water systems are still covered by public liability insurance. Your products, materials, and the property you're working on. Public liability insurance is intended to cover the cost of damage to other people's property. This means products that you own, supply, install, or construct are excluded under most policies. This becomes tricky for tradespeople because of the way insurers define what your products are. Along with the obvious, your product may also include any property that you have been or are working on. When it comes to claims from builders, the house you're building has been interpreted as your product, and therefore not covered because of this exclusion. However, some policies make it clear that buildings or separate components of a property will still be covered. As a builder, these are the policies you want. The definition of your products is one of the most important aspects of your policy, and we strongly recommend that you switch to a policy with a more builder-friendly definition. Liability you've contracted into. The policy is not intended to pay for things that you promised to do in a contract but then failed to do. That's your problem. So unless you would be held liable for it under the law anyway, any liability you contract into is excluded from cover. Vehicles, boats and aircraft. Claims for damage from owning, working on or using vehicles, watercraft, although smaller ones may still be covered, and aircraft, including products incorporated into aircraft, are not covered. So damage caused by your car, van, ute and trailers is excluded, as these should be covered by separate commercial vehicle insurance. Pollution. The cost of pollution, including air, water and ground pollution and its cleanup, are excluded from most policies. Some will still cover a specific event if it is sudden and unintended. This article is intended to clarify some of the exclusions contained within most general or public liability policies available from major insurers in New Zealand. Some exclusions can be removed by purchasing an extension to your policy, so it's important that you check what your own policy does and doesn't cover. The specific wording from different insurers will vary, and you should seek the advice of a professional if necessary. This article is not comprehensive and should not be relied upon as legal advice. Insurers will interpret and apply their own policy wording depending on the specific circumstances of each individual claim. Builtin New Zealand is a specialist in construction insurance, with policies tailored to meet the needs of builders and tradespeople. For more information and instant quotes, visit www.builtin.co.nz. That's builtin.co.nz, or give us a call on 0800 Builtin.